Hello, hello. I just made a couple of very neat photos. Wow. The sun came in a very specific angle from over there. And it's getting ready to descend over the ocean. And I'm sitting here waiting for Paul, as I always do, for hours. While he's shopping. He takes very long time. So Papa Dog is there with me, waiting. Papa Dog, yes. I got him some treats. And the light is very unflattering. And I made some photos that are absolutely stellar. I was trying to be sexy. And it was not looking very sexy. It's like this. And the light came in from this angle and it created something that is, I've never seen this before. It created a formation. I mean, this is technological and everything. There's nothing metaphysical about it, but it is. But see, we see formations in patterns, and that's what I'm talking about in my videos. We see pattern formations, and there's a guy sitting. Yeah, I hope this is not too embarrassing. But anyway, I see it's like this lady is taking some weird selfies. Anyway, you see pattern formations in all kinds of things. You can see it in. You can see. I hope he doesn't laugh about me now. You can see pattern formations in light reflections, in light overlapping, and you know when people think that's a ghost in the film or on the photo, like in the past when we had these negative positive type of photos, you know, that had to be developed in a dark room. There's always some kind of light reflection happening and stuff like that, and people think it's a ghost. Those are real physiological, physics, scientific things that are happening, but within the pattern of the real physics is real embarrassing. It's getting more and more crowded here. Within the pattern of the real physics, because I think people always think I'm filming them because they don't know which direction the camera is aimed at. But anyway, within the real, actual, scientific things that are happening, occurring, materials, patterns, like for example this pattern here, you know. I see faces in it, I see formations in it, and I see messages in it, I see all kinds of things. Because my brain does not require hallucinogens. It's already wide open like this. And so I can read patterns and all kinds of things occurring. I can see all kinds of things happening in the world. So anyway, hope this guy doesn't think I'm filming him. So hey, Hunter, I gotta film you. So I found this rock here. It's real nice. Found this rock on the beach. I call those my crystal colas. Crystal colas actually. That's actually a real rock. This is not a crystal cola, but I always say crystal cola because I like that name. So I always tell Dave, this is a nice crystal cola for you. There's a lot of those white rocks with some veins in it. And I love it. I love the shape here of this rock. Very beautiful. It's real good energy. It's like marble. So if you hold it against your wrinkles, they will go away. So, but anyway, I made these really goofy photos of myself. And then there was this light coming in a specific angle. And that is all explainable and not supernatural, and it's all real. But within the natural formations that occur can sometimes be a message in it, hidden in it. When light comes in through a specific angle, in just a specific way, in a specific level that the sun is, in the specific mood and energy and that you're in, or just this very specific moment of this moment, the moment of now. In this moment of now, something from the other dimensions can show itself. Like this. No, I can't reproduce this in the film. That is usually happening in photos. So, that's cute. So, anyway, yeah, it shows itself in... I got terrible ADHD. I just ate a Milky Way bar. Oh my gosh, I should not have said that. So, I'm a little bit drunk on the Milky Way bar. So yeah, I cheated. I should not have done that. It's terrible. It's a terrible addiction, you know. And it's shoved at your face. Believe it or not, it really is. And it's awful. And when you live with a shockaholic, it's very hard to wean yourself off. Very, very difficult. But yeah, so patterns occur in all kinds of things. They can occur in a photo. I've seen amazing things happen already. My friend Lana has taken photos and she is definitely tuned on some level. She's very tuned in when she is not occupied with fear. In the moment, so glimpses of moments when she's not occupied with fear or her religion or her denial or her needing to see a cross or something like this. Then when she's with animals, she's much more tuned in. And she's taken photos of animals who were actually after uploading them, not developing, but digital photos. After putting them into her computer, there appeared, and I think that's what happened, she didn't have them developed or anything. No, I don't think so. No, those were just regular digital photos made with a relatively cheap camera that is hypersensitive and all of this to light, and it doesn't have self-adjusting and stuff like this. So there was some kind of formation that developed itself above the dog in the formation of the grass that's behind the dog. And she showed me those photos, and within the pattern of the grass appeared different types of animals. A leopard, cats, dogs, as if they were from beyond, as if they came from beyond to give a message to her about that particular dog, actual dog who she photographed. And those were rescue dogs, and she always rescues animals She has fear of death, and she projects that also onto the animals, which is very terrible because they deserve to be put out of misery. And that's what eventually, broke us apart, is her religion, her fear of death, and me trying so hard to help her with that, but she didn't accept that. So anyway, I use this crystal to calm my mind because there's so many people and I feel like kind of stared at. I don't like that. I don't like to be stared at. I get I feel very queasy, very uncomfortable. Happens to me also when I go into the store. I get stared at a lot. So Rupert Sheldrake wrote about this. When you can actually feel it when you're being stared at the back of your head. So yeah, I can feel this very strongly, and it makes me feel very weird. So, but anyway, I saw these patterns in Lana's photos, and that was quite remarkable. And I told her those are very, very remarkable photos. The most remarkable photos I've ever seen was the most remarkable pattern formation, kind of like invisible animals, but you can see the outline, and they look kind of like they appeared in some sort of transparent jello, and just through the formation of the way the light came into the camera, and the light happened to come into the lens in an angle. We're not supposed to show the lens directly into the light. So, and also the way this kind of dried grass behind the animal was kind of not mowed, and it was growing longer, and it was kind of chaotic and had been stepped on, and all of this. And in this formation showed themselves those animals, those spirit guides from the other side, and I thought it was absolutely amazing. So, so the photos I took today, that was actually, it was very clear what it was. It was the sunlight coming in from an angle. But it created something in 3 photos. It created something that looked like a very futuristic spaceship, and it was glowing from within in an orangey pink color. Absolutely amazing. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I can upload these photos into the film if that's possible, if I can do that on YouTube and in the editing thing. I don't know if that's possible to put photos in with it. I think it is. They have something new, some kind of extra editing at the end, but I don't know if I can put the photos in for this. But I think I'm gonna put the photos on Facebook. I'm gonna put the photos on Facebook in my psychic reading group. I have a group called Caring Psychic Readings. There's a lot of psychic reading groups on Facebook, but none of them are caring. I've explored them, so well, the ones that I have explored, several, I don't know, 5 or something, and they either kicked me out or I kicked myself out because they were not caring enough. So very religious and all that stuff. So so I created my own psychic reading group, the Caring Psychic Reading Group, where everyone is allowed to post what they want. whatever it is. If it's something religious, I will give them my 3 cents on it. I'm not gonna kick them out. I'm not gonna censor someone because they have a different opinion to mine. And now their opinions don't threaten me, so there you go. I welcome all opinions. And it's just an opinion. It's just a, religion is an idea. It comes from the brain. The self-made, okay? Has nothing to do with the infinite universe. Okay? The Christian God it's an idea. It's nothing to do with the infinite. Death is nothing to be afraid of. It's good. It's mercy. Death is what Esther Hicks said. You merge back with the infinite. And it is such a joy. She said it's a joy ride. It's like people get to this point, this the ego, terribly clinging to life. Some people are like 110 and they cling to life. I'm not gonna die, they say. And I heard that from friends, from friends talking about their parents. And they cling and cling and cling, and then suddenly the body just cannot handle it anymore, and it gives out, and suddenly, oh my God, it's nice. It's cool. What was I so afraid of? I don't get it. It's the best thing ever. You come back and whenever you're ready, you come back as a basset hound, you come back as a German Shepherd, or as a Great Dane, or as a Labradoodle, or Poodle, or you come back as Annalise recently did. She came back as a yellow Labrador. I saw that also in a formation of a light in our house. There's a specific light, a specific lamp that shines down a specific light. And there was her new face. And it was clear to me as soon as I saw that. It was clear to me. That's Annalise. She has come back. She's made her way back. So, and she needed to experience that. So she came back very quickly. Because obviously when she left, she was not, a lot of stuff had not been figured out. So some people come back very quickly, some people stay away longer to recover, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stay away for a long time, maybe for 1,000 years, and then come back on a completely different planet. Come back on Mars in the future. Be born as a European Basset Hound on Mars, and then in another 1,000 years after that, I'll be born as the animation character Babette, also on Mars, in a Mars colony, in a huge, gigantic dome colony. And by then they're already able to leave and walk outside. They will probably be able to walk without oxygen, and they have terraformed Mars by then, and it will be very nice, and they will have trees and everything. In 2,000 years, Mars will have tall trees, maybe even redwood trees. Maybe we can even recolonize the whole redwood forest. That would be awesome. That would be amazing. Yes, and you won't be so heavy there. So that's very nice. Okay, you guys take care. Have a good one.